So this init prince here is a subdirectory of the main domain taiweb.website. The main domain is taiweb.website. So this init prince here is a subdirectory of that main domain. Over here, the site where you register, this init over here is a subdomain. This URL is a subdomain. It's a subdomain of the main website, which is taiweb.website. The main website is www.taiweb.website. Adding this ini over here at the back of it, ini.taiweb.website, I created the subdomain of the main website. Having this ini prince at the back, which is taiweb.website/ini I created the subdirectory of the main website. So the one here is a subdirectory. The one at the front here is a subdomain. I hope you understand that. So, in addition, people that create WordPress websites, I mean the free plan WordPress website, and they have things like example.wordpress.com. You should now understand that what is actually happening is that they are creating a website as a subdomain of WordPress.com. So what does that mean? That means that they are being hosted by WordPress on the WordPress server. So they have a subdomain. Their website is a subdomain. That's why they can give it out free and things like that. People don't really give free domains out. What you can get is free subdomains very well, unless you are going for something like TK or .tk or something like that. So that's what I always want to explain. This is a subdomain in front. This is a subdirectory when it's at the back. So that's a URL or a website address. Okay. So moving forward, yesterday I also mentioned hostings, and I talked about hosting and how that the hosting, a web host is where the files of your website are stored. Your images, your text, your infographics, and every other thing that can be on your website, videos, audios, that's your web host is where they are stored. Is that okay? So you host your website on a server. There's a particular server that is hosting your website rather. Now, a web host is different from a server. A server can host many websites. Is that okay? So a particular website can have its own host, but be on a server that is holding another website. Is that okay? So let me use the house example we've been using. So imagine that there is a house that's on the land, but that house has like many flats, maybe like 5 flats. So there are many different families living on different flats. Yes, so that's possible. Also on the internet, there's a way you can be a part of a server, but you are not using the whole server. Another website is also partaking from that server. So that's like you are hosting your website on a shared hosting. That's why it is called shared. That's what's called shared hosting. Is that okay? So I think that's why it's called shared hosting. So you are sharing it with another person, with other people, and that is relatively cheap. So I'm moving to hosting companies. So hosting companies, we have different hosting companies in Nigeria particularly, and I mean globally we have many hosting companies. We have Bluehost, we have what's this one called? Is it I'm trying to remember these hosting company names, but really in Nigeria, particular to Nigerians, we have GoGoHost, we have QuickServer, we have Smart Web and things that are listed here. We have Domain King, we have Perfect Visual. I don't know many of them, but I know Domain King, I know GoGoHost, and so you can check out some of them. So those are hosting companies. What do? They sell hosts. When you want to buy a land, you go to a person that is selling a land. So you negotiate and you buy a land. So but these people, they have their plans. So you can buy a host from them. It's just like you are buying the place with which you will store your website, the content of your website. Now, as I said yesterday, there are different types of hosting plans. Just like there are different type of quality or quantity of land that you can buy. It's like you can buy a plot, you can buy 2 plots, you can buy 5 plots. So based on what you want. I just mentioned something about shared hosting, when you are hosting with other people on the same server. So that one is cheap. It is called shared hosting. Let me see if I can really brush through. This is Domain King. This is GoGoHost. This is how their website look like. So when you come over here, you can see we have cPanel hosting, we have WordPress hosting. Let me look for one that has shared hosting. Good. So okay, so this is Bluehost. Bluehost is very popular brand. So we have shared hosting over here. It's okay. Many of them, all of them have shared